Hi BookTube, welcome to Jackie's Literary Corner. I am Jackie, and I'm going to try to film two videos right now, and hopefully they won't be as long as the one I tried to film earlier. But I am filming 7 on Sunday for the 16th topic on the January 16th, which is the books you want to read in 2022. You guys know the drill. It's your top 7 books you want to read. And most of these books are either 500 plus pages, or they're just books that I recently got excited, but then I got distracted by other books that went to, so the first one is I finally need to read Way of Kings. I have all 4 books in the first arc, I think, and obviously I have read it, but I haven't finished it. Like everybody, like a lot of fantasy readers, I love Brandon Sanderson, and this book I'm enjoying it, and it's great. It's just over 1,000 pages. I'm happy though I have all 4 books in this size, because this was one of my theses. I wanted it in this size, because I feel like an epic on fantasy, I want a bigger book. But yeah, I do enjoy it. It's just a big commitment. Okay, so then the next book also, book number 2, it's kind of the same problem. But it adds the extra problem of it being not as fast-paced as the fantasy. A little more slower moving, and that is Pillars of the Earth. I did finally start reading. I got a little bit farther than I did last time. I am in the 200s now. And it's kind of the center is this cathedral that is in the King's Bridge Cathedral that is being built. Our main character is a master builder, and he, after his wife dies, giving birth, he ends up meeting this other woman and falling in love with her, Ellen, and she has her own son. And I want to say at this point that her son might be autistic or something. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not an expert in that kind of stuff. And it's more than just their lives. It's also the lives of the people in this community, in this kingdom, and how in all the politics of this time, of the medieval era, and this, and the struggles with religion and the war between politics and religion. And like I said, I am enjoying it. It's just taking a lot longer because it's not a fast-paced novel like a fantasy. But there is definitely, like a fantasy, there is intrigue. And, I want to continue to dive into the story. It's just not the most exciting. But it's definitely more interesting than the book I just recently DNF'd. And there's not as much flowery stuff, not as much purple prose, right? Like, I don't have a problem with purple prose because I love the Strange the Dreamer duology, but, this one is, is, like, not as bad as the one I just DNF'd, which is A Winter's Tale, by the way. But yeah, that's Pillars of the Earth. And then we have, this was, again, in a situation, well, all these books so far, part of the delay was I was trying to get different copies of the books. And that is Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. This takes place in a world where magic did exist. And at the time of this book, it's been forgotten, but it's, like I said, it still existed at one time. And there is a magician, Mr. Norrell, who is the last, or at least he thinks he's the last magician, and someone discovers he has real magic. And this is also during the Napoleonic Wars, and they use him to fight Napoleon. And meanwhile, Jonathan Strange is the younger magician, and at first they become their friends, but then their ideas and beliefs clash, and they become enemies. Um, but so what the little bit I read so far that I had read, I was definitely interested. Like I think I'm gonna start over with this. I don't know. That's the problem. That's the debate. Is when I get these new copies, every time I'm getting these new copies, I keep going back and forth. But do I start over with them, or do I just keep going? Because I do have a pretty good memory. I don't remember every single detail, but I remember the basic plot points so far. So I might be able to keep going with where Goodreads tells me I left off, or I might just start over. I don't know. Because, there's the risk of that I might make the same mistake twice. Or even thrice times, and stop reading it for a period of time, and then come back to it years or months later. I am trying to break that cycle. But, that's that one. Okay, that was number 3. Okay, number 4 is a series. It's a Robin Hobb series, and that is the Live Ship Trader series. This is the first book, Ship of Magic. Again, another one that I had started reading it. In this one, I don't know if I will get. I feel like this is one of those ones where it's kind of hard to get the regular size paperbacks because everybody wants them. And I got these, and I almost feel a little bad about that when I get them from thrift books. And although this one I did not get from thrift books. I think I did get this one from the Roast Office. But either from the Roast Office or that other used bookstore, the Black Castle books. This is in this world we focus on the Live Ship Trader family, this family, and they run a shipping business, like ships, like boats, and their boats will come once when 3 members of their family, 3 generations die, their souls will be imbued in the ship and their ships and give them magic. And one of our main characters is a girl who wants to take over for her father after he passes. But she's passed over for her brother-in-law, who probably does not give a rat's ass about the magic and has no respect for it. And she kind of has to fight him to win back the role she believes that the captaincy that she believes that she deserves. And I believe this is a story where there's multiple plots and different groups of characters. And so far I liked what I read, so I enjoyed what I read so far. I mean, I might even get more into this than the Farseer trilogy. But yeah, they definitely recommend you reading this after the Farseer trilogy. And it's only 3 books, so I really should, get up on that. And this is not as long as some of the other books I have here. Okay, so next we have, number 5 is historical fiction, and that is the second book in the Emperor series, The Death of Kings. And this is basically a series about Julius Caesar and his origins. And I'm currently reading Mary Beard's History on Ancient Rome, SPQR, a History of Ancient Rome. And I think going by the title, I know when this is going to take place and what this is going to be about, because I read this chapter on their feelings on kings, the people of Rome, and even though the Caesar literally means king, I think. But yeah, it's really it's kind of cool to read about this world, and I was very proud that I got that first book done, and I wanted to jump in the second book right away because I'm trying to break up my cycle of taking forever with series and reading the next books in a series years later. I'm improving a little bit, but not a lot. So I definitely want to read this next one this year, and I want to make sure I read at least this third book this year as well. But this is the first one, the Death of Kings. That was I think that was that 5? Yeah, that was 5. Okay, 2 more to go. Next is, again, another one where I wanted to buy a different copy, but this time the situation was I had a hardback of it, because I bought it when it first came out, so I decided I wanted to buy the regular paperback copy. So, Priory of the Orange Tree. So, in this world we have these various groups of kingdoms, north, east, and west, and south, and I think we focus on the east and west. And the east and west, both of them fear, like, one of them reveres dragons and one of them fears them. But they both fear this one particular dragon that has been gone for years, because the queen of one of the kingdoms, she has made sure that she keeps having babies. You know, having children will preserve the family line and will protect them from this dragon coming back from the dead. Unfortunately, though, we're starting to realize that this dragon might be coming back after all, especially because the current queen, does not want to get married and does not want to have children. There's multiple characters. There's a alchemist that was banished, and there was this young woman who sent as a spy and has disguised herself as a servant for the queen. We get the queen's perspective, and then we get this one guy who, he's trying to find someone, from what I remember. But, so, like I said before, I remember basic stuff, but I don't remember everything, so the debate is, do I start over, especially when these books are so long, or do I just keep going from where I left off? Especially because if I don't have my original copy of the book, then I won't know. And because of the size, I think the pages are different. The page numbers are different. Like, when I looked up The Way of Kings, I was in the mass market version, I was in the 500s when I last left off. But then, when you look at the book this size, turns out I was actually in the 400s, going by the chapter I left off at. So, and I don't think I have the copy. I think I already got. Yeah, I know I already got my hardback copy because I gave it to the roast office the other day. So I might have to start over with this one anyway. Yeah. Okay, so one more to go. The last one is horror supernatural, and that is Stephen King's The Stand. This is kind of a, post-apocalyptic story. Actually, kind of a pandemic story, where this pandemic hit the world, and it's about a group of people and their lives, and there is a woman who is a healer, and you also have this mysterious figure that, who represents evil, and then the other woman is good. The healer woman is good, and you see each of these people pick their sides, and there's this big war going on. Now, I have heard this is one of those ones where it has a controversial ending, because, well, not controversial, but, what's the word? It's a P word. Polarizing ending, where some people like it, and some people are like, oh, another bad ending from Stephen King. And I think this cover, I don't know if this is the cover for the new adaptation, this has to do with the new adaptation, or if this has to do with the original adaptation, which I have. And I know Alexander Skarsgård, I think, is the antagonist in the new adaptation. But, yes, I don't know which one is this a tie-in to. I'm not sure. And I like that this is the complete uncut version. I know some people are like, after reading the uncut version, they're like, I don't don't read it, but I still want to read it. And so, anyway, that is my top 7 books I want to read in 2022. If whether you participate in G Swiz's 7 on Sunday, I would love to hear what your top books you want to read on Sunday. Not on Sunday, for the top 7 books you want to read this year, or the books you just want to read, the books you want to read this year. Or like if you want to participate in G Swiz's group, share your top 7 books. Sorry, I kind of stumbled there for a minute, but so if you guys like this video, be sure to give a thumbs up, click subscribe if you have not already, click the bell notification below if you want to be notified when I post new videos. And I hope your reading is going well. Like I said, feel free to share the books you want to read in 2022. And I will talk to y'all later. Alright, bye!